Alright, so as you can probably guess from this, for today's video, we are in our kitchen in Buenos Aires and we are going to be teaching you how to make yerba mate. So one thing we've noticed here in the supermarkets is that they have entire aisles dedicated to mate. There must be like 50 varieties out there at least.
Seriously, it was like a daunting task.
Yeah, it's like, how do we
down.
choose which one's the right one? But if you've never heard of mate before, it's kind of like a green tea. It's basically a green leaf that they kind of like smash together and you use it to make tea, but not in a teacup. We're going to be using these little things, these little mugs. And normally they're made out of gourds, so that's kind of like a hollowed out pumpkin or something like that. But these are a bit more modern. I've got my matryoshka here.
Show them my Monsieur Mustache, my Mr. Mustache.
So this one is Sam's.
Yeah, I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, so you can get some that are made out of wood, there's metal ones, there's a whole bunch to choose from. But anyways, let's start making this thing. So let's open this. This is our first time making it. Ooh la la. It's kind of funny. This is our first time making it, yet we're teaching you how it's done. Oh, can we be trusted?
That's how we roll.
That's the question.
What is it they say that if you wanna learn how to do something, teach someone else how to do it.
There you go.
So we're gonna want to fill it up about 2/3 of the way.
2/3 of the way. Oh, and first you should probably have a look inside the bag. Look at that. So you can see how the leaves have been kind of crushed.
You get a really good view from there.
Kind of like a loose leaf.
All right, fill it up 2/3 of the way.
2/3. That would appear to be 2/3. There you go. And they say that you should put your palm over it and kind of shake it to help the... Oh crap, it's flying around everywhere. To help the smaller leaves, or like the powder, settle near the top so it doesn't get stuck in your straw. But my hand's too little, it's flying everywhere. Look at that powder. Anyways, so then we're gonna take our little straw. This is called bombilla. And just stick it right in there at an angle. And then we're going to grab our water, which I boiled earlier. You don't want to use boiling hot water, so we've had this sitting for a few minutes.
Yes. They say the key is 75 degrees.
75 degrees, well.
So that's what we're going for.
I didn't really check the temperature, guys, but let's just go with that.
Yeah.
There we go. Fill her up.
Fill her up, Buttercup.
Here we are. Have a look at that. It's still bubbling. Did we do it wrong? So, ready for the first sip. I didn't add any sugar to mine because I don't normally have sugar with my tea.
Oh, naturel.
Oh, naturel. Let's have a sip of this. Mmm. Yes. It's been a while since I had this. I never really enjoyed it as a kid when I was living in Argentina. I always thought it was gross and bitter. So it's interesting trying it as an adult. How many years later?
Have your taste buds matured a little bit? Would you say?
Yeah, you know, I'm used to drinking green tea now, so I do like this. It is a little bit bitter, and it kind of has a grassy flavor.
Can you taste those herbs?
Yeah, I mean, it tastes green. Like grass. Like I'm eating grass in a field. Like a horse. Yeah, so it's actually nice. I am enjoying it. And as you can see, the water level has kind of gone down. So you just grab some more hot water and keep refilling this.
And the cool thing about this is you can fill it up upwards to 10 to 20 times before you need to replace the mate.
Yeah.
So you can just and it's a very social drink. Like if you see people drinking this on the streets of Buenos Aires, you'll notice they'll be passing around the same gourd and the same
straw.
Yes.
You just share.
So it's a very...
Saliva doesn't matter. Just pass it along.
There you go. Alright, it's time for me to make my mate tea now. the Mr. Mustache gourd is waiting, and unlike yours, I'm gonna make mine with sugar.
Okay, show us how it's done.
Showtime. So once again, 2/3 of the way full.
Yeah.
So wow, that's a lot that you can get in there.
Mm-hmm.
2/3. I'm hoping that's about right. And of course, sugar, I'm gonna give it a generous amount.
What's a generous amount, Sam?
I'd say about 2/3 of a tablespoon.
Whoa.
That's a lot of sugar.
That's not even a teaspoon, that's like a tablespoon.
It is. And time for the water infusion. So.
And now we wait for the magic to happen.
Yeah, the difference here being I'm gonna be stirring mine so that I can mix that sugar in. Mixy.
I don't know if locals would approve.
All right, let's try the sweetened version of the mate here. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. If you like something sweet, then you're gonna want to add sugar to it. But what I find though is when you add too much sugar, kind of like what I did, is you kind of mask that strong taste of the mate. So I prefer mine au naturel without sugar. But if you enjoy your tea or coffee sweet, then you'll want to add some to yours.
So the question is, tea or mate? Which do you prefer?
Well, when you're in South America, especially in Argentina, you're gonna want to prefer mate because this is like the national drink here.
Yeah, and we've seen people drinking this during demonstrations, during their lunch breaks, while they're hanging out at the park, everywhere.
It's an everyday part of life, and if you come to Argentina, especially Buenos Aires, you're gonna want to try it.
And all the items that we used are super easy to pick up at a supermarket, and they're also really cheap.
Yeah, you can also get them at the different fairs. You can get them at the Sunday San Telmo Market or the Recoleta Sunday Fair. And you're gonna pay a bit more. You're gonna pay touristy prices, but you'll get something that's a bit more like artisanal.
Yeah. So here it is. We're gonna have our first sip of mate. I didn't add any sugar to mine because I normally don't have sugar.
Sugar. I remember sugar. I remember sugar. Where's the sugar? Where's the sugar? Where's the sugar?